Welcome back. This week, or this video series, we're covering top 10 people not to be at work. Don't want to be these people at the workplace, I promise you. Not going to go into depth, and when I recover these top 10 so we get to number 6 and number 5, I will put links in the video description where you can actually click on these videos to get to them if you don't click on the end screens there if you want to get to them. I also at the end screens link to the playlist itself, so you can do one of two ways. You can go in the description, or you can wait till the end of the video and it'll take you to this series playlist. So again, not going to cover them, but before we get going, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and hit the alert button so you don't miss any of this content. And again, feel free. I want to encourage you because I want to see them myself selfishly. I want to see who your top 10 people are not to be at work, right? And if you're salty about the ones that I'm covering, I don't know you, so maybe it's true. We'll get going. Number 10, sorry I was late. Can you go over what's already been covered? Guy, AKA always late to a meeting guy. Don't be that guy. Hat guy, red Converse Chuck Taylor to an interview gal. Don't be that gal, guy and gal. Don't do it. Number 8, I didn't get to a guy, which means that we're all sitting here waiting for the meeting that you were supposed to cover, what you were supposed to get done and you didn't get to and you didn't let anybody know. Don't do it. Inappropriate guy, makes everybody cringe with every statement that almost comes out of their mouth, especially in the pre-meeting before the meeting starts. Don't be that guy or gal. It's more likely guys though, but I don't want to go down to HR. I don't want to have that conversation. I'm going to ignore you. All right. Number 6. Can you repeat the question, guy and gal? All right. There's not one. We're all on Zoom or Skype, Teams, business meetings at work all day long. And you always get that, can you repeat the question, guy? And I get it. A lot of us are multitasking. And the reason is a lot of us are multitasking is because the meeting is not being run well, which is, we'll get to that in another series. But if you're going to be at a meeting, stay engaged enough to know if somebody calls on your name or know what that you can, pipe in and you know what's going on, or that you're aware of what we're talking about, so that we don't have to hear this again, because that inevitably leads to the same thing that happens when number 10, sorry I was late, can we go over what's already been covered, guy, because they're always late to a meeting. No one wants to regurgitate and repeat things. It's a colossal waste of everybody's time. It's frustrating. Nobody likes it. And maybe they don't like you because you do it all the time. I get it. Sometimes it happens to the best of us, right? Maybe you're taking down notes and you maybe get IM'd and then right then inevitably that's when your name happens. That's not what I'm talking about. It happens every once in a while to the best of us, right? I'm talking about every single meeting. You're that person who always has to ask, can you repeat the question? Don't be, can you repeat the question, guy, all the time. Once in a while, one-offs, a couple times, that's fine. Don't be that person every single time, or don't come to the meeting. Anyway, number 5, don't be delegates to other people, even though you're not the boss, guy or gal. Listen, if you're not somebody's boss, or if you're not the prime, project or program manager or person in charge, you don't get to delegate. And don't suggest somebody else do something. If you're not raising your hand to take ownership of something, it's not appropriate for you to try and delegate to somebody else. If somebody says to you, hey, Susie, will you take care of this? Take care of this. It's okay for you to say, hey, that doesn't fall in my area. I shouldn't be the owner of this task. It's okay for you to say this, but don't, if somebody else says, hey, we need to get this done, don't go volunteering somebody else. Nobody appreciates you. Everyone knows what they have to do, and let the person who's in charge of the meeting, let them delegate or, ask who the owner is. But you don't need to step in and say that you own it unless you're in charge of the project or program or it's your meeting. Otherwise, take care of your business. You do your job. You don't need to do anybody else's job. Now, it's another thing too. If you have a dependency on what's being asked, that's one thing also. But don't just pipe in just for the sake of piping in and it has nothing to do with you at all and start delegating to people. Unless somebody doesn't know who that person should be, that's one thing and you're trying to be helpful. But we know what the difference is and who that person is that's always trying to delegate and assign things when they're not even close to being in charge. Anyway, so we've covered these. We're top 10 so far, down from number 10 to number 5. Click the thumbs up, subscribe, click the alert button, and then also add your comments of who your top 10 people are at work that you don't want to be. I'd love to read those and hear about that. And then I'll post a link to the other videos so you can listen through these all the way. And we'll talk to you for number 4 and number 3.